Hello everyone, and welcome to the Red Brick House. Today I just wanted to give you a short walkthrough of my butterfly garden in the summertime and show you how everything is recovering from that awful storm that we had, and it's just looking beautiful. So here we go. Just a little impatience. I lost one of them in that storm, but the salvia is doing fantastic, and these little guys have recovered well also. I want to continue the salvia, I think, up here to this rose bush, and then it'll kind of mask the sight of that water hose there. That's my plan for right here. I've already had a couple to seed out over there, and I heard that salvia was good to grow near roses, that people who grow salvia near their roses don't have as much black spot. So I'm going to try that since it's so close by anyway. And so I'll pan over this way. These little impatiens are also doing very well. And this was the salvia that I cut back, and now it's just reblooming and looking beautiful. Here are the thyme plants that I planted. They're doing fantastic. I did lose one of them. I'll show you in a minute. But look at the hydrangea. It's doing so well. It was just obliterated by that storm, and now look at it. It's fantastic. I only have one little bloom on it. This is a High River Blue hydrangea, but it's looking great. These are the marigolds. They have not bloomed yet. This poor area, it's just so far behind because every time it would start to grow, something would just knock it down again. But it's finally has some growth to them. And here's some smaller ones that I planted later. They're trying to catch up. So I'm hoping they'll bloom soon. I have one fennel. That's all that I was managed to grow. Struggled to grow fennel. I don't know why, but I have struggled to grow it this year, and that one is looking good. There's another thyme back there. There's a little white dianthus. It's looking very good. It's so pretty. And then here is the butterfly bush. It's just recovering wonderfully after I gave it a really hard cut back. And it even has a little bloom right here starting to come out. There's several of those, so it's looking good. There's some more dianthus, different types of dianthus I've planted through here. There's another salvia that seeded itself. And I bought a few more of these little lights because I love them so much. They're so whimsical back here. There's another thyme back in there. I have a lot of, I think this is spurge. I'm not sure exactly, but I think that's what it is. And you know, it's so hard to get rid of it. So I'm just kind of letting it do its thing, unless it's trying to, you know, choke out my plants, and then I just pull it out away from my little plants. There's more dianthus. Of course, my little seating area. I want to put something in that corner because it's just bare back there, and I want to put something there, like a pot with a, you know, tall upright plant in it, but I'm just not sure what to put back there yet. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. This is the basil. Now this is a purple amethyst basil, but I don't think it's getting enough sun, so it's not purple really. It's more green. There's a little bit of purple on it. When it first came out, they were very purple. But I think that the verbena is kind of shading it, or it's the time of year it is. It's just not getting as much sun. But that's okay. I'm hoping it'll bloom soon. I did pinch them back to try to make these bushier, but I think they're beautiful. And I love the smell of basil, and I love putting basil in my food too. So here are some little zinnia seedlings that I planted again for like the third time back here. They're also not getting enough sun, I don't think. My original plan was to let them grow up with this verbena here, but it has just flourished and they have been so far behind they didn't have a chance to, so now they're kind of shaded. But here's some blooms. This is from like the first seed packet I planted, and they're so pretty. They just came out this week. They just opened up. They're so pretty. The verbena, the foliage does not look good on it. I think it has powdery mildew because, you know, we had such a wacky spring with all that rain, and I think that's what's wrong with it. And the foliage just doesn't look great. But the blooms are beautiful, and the bees are loving them. I have not seen as many butterflies this year as we usually do. But most of the time when I come out here, there's just bees everywhere, all over this thing, and all over the salvia too. And this is my little kind of wildflower patch that I had planted. It was a butterfly mixture wildflower seed pack. Now, some of these things are volunteers. I have a volunteer zinnia right there. And I think these sunflowers with the red in the middle, I think these are volunteers also, because I remember planting a packet of, they were called Mexican Sunrise, and I think that's what these are. I planted them last year and they didn't come up, but I have so many of them this year, and I think that that's what those are. I don't think those were in the seed packet. I think these back here were in the seed packet. So, but that's fine. I'm loving all the volunteer plants that are coming up in here. There's some grass back in there. I have not weeded it out. I'm just going to let it go unless it gets too out of control, because I wanted this area to be a tiny little spot of, you know, wildlife in my garden. There's some more zinnias over here that were from last year's zinnias. They're beautiful, and I love these little blue flowers in here. They're just so pretty. I think this is my favorite spot of this entire garden. Here's the morning glories, and I just love the structure of these layered leaves like this, and then these wildflowers coming up. I'll try to get a good picture of them so you can see the whole thing at once. I'm just afraid I'm going to step on everything back here, but they're so pretty. I just love them. I'll show you what the morning glories look like. They're so pretty. I thought I was going to have two different kinds of morning glories, because one stem, you can see right here, one stem is green, and then this stem is purple. I had two plants here growing, so I thought I was going to have two different kinds of morning glories, but I don't. They're all this color, so I don't know. Anyhow, they're beautiful. Here's the white hydrangea that also suffered some damage. It's got a lot of new growth on it. I read that this it should put out new blooms, but it has not done that yet, so I don't know. And then here's just more of the salvia that has, this is salvia that just reseeded itself over here. And I just let it grow. And here we are back at the end of this small little garden. I have just loved remaking this area, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it come to life. I'll give you some more updates in the future when the marigolds start blooming and the basil starts blooming. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.